Feature Friday.
The freshest.
And Red Velvet has returned. This is quite an interesting return. So I think from going on forwards, for the reviews and stuff like that, I think one of the cool things that we can do is like bring maybe information that not many people may have known that the girls have spoken about.
That's right.
And this piece is definitely their spring piece, right? But it involves, so they have samples, Johann Sebastian Bach, he's a composer, German composer, really well known.
Air on the G string.
Yeah, Air on the G string, the composition of Air on the G string. So they've sampled that melody. And from what they've said on their on their press release, it's a pop dance song. However, because they have sampled Bach's work, they then put a trap beat behind it, and the melody of the strings is still in the background, and then the lyrics are all about sort of enjoying space, travel through space through time. That's all we know for the time being. I'm sure some of you maybe didn't know that, but you probably recognize the melody. That's why. Let's give it a little watch, and then we'll break down the lyrics as well.
Okay, let's go.
We're not missing any fucking details on this.
No, we're breaking it down, baby. Well, there's obviously resonance paintings and stuff right off the bat.
Mate, doesn't that remind you straight away? I'd love to see who's the person that did the Van Gogh solo XO.
Oh, it was definitely Suho.
I would love to see like
Paint Me.
That's
album.
it.
Mm-hmm.
That concept is so smart because he did a solo where it was
Van Gogh inspired. Yeah,
that's right, and it's so smart because you can take time, you can take sounds from that time, and you can align everything so well. So maybe this is what they've done here.
So here you get like it. This is very British like art.
Yes.
From the 1700s, 1800s.
1600s, 1700s, I would imagine. Yeah.
Definitely. So it feels very romanticized in the visual energy of it.
Well, Sebastian Johann Bach. He is from 1642.
Yes.
No.
Well, 1685.
That's it. 1685.
Yeah.
That's it. He was born. So it's around the same era, I guess.
It's similar, I suppose. Yeah.
He's just a composer, classical composer. In case you didn't know.
But they're obviously using both elements into here. Nice nails. I mean, talk about transitions.
There it is. Oh yes.
Okay. You know what this reminds me of, Efra?
What?
Shakespeare's play
Of?
Midnight Summer's Dream.
True.
That's what it reminds me, like the Pinteresque folk and fauna. What is it? Flora and fauna type of like fairyland.
I have to say, I'm incredibly proud of this so far, and it's only been 30 seconds. You know why? Because that's also another aspect of originality you can bring to things and new ways of doing music.
Yes.
Especially in the K-pop world, that hasn't been done to this extent so well. And you also need kind of like that pedigree of vocals which Red Velvet brings. So go on. But it would be a Sen, right?
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Okay, wait. I need to understand.
Yeah. We will actually break down the lyrics at the end as well. So do stay to the end. It reminded me of that Witched, you know,
what?
that what the fuck is that song? That theatre show.
Oh,
the Greens?
Wicked, yes,
That's it.
yes,
It's
yes,
Wicked
yes.
with the Witcher type of like attire.
Yes,
Yeah, it's really
definitely.
odd.
But that's what I like. You get this fantasy effect to the whole visuals already. I mean, come on, talk about fairies and being perfectly present in the change of the weather.
So
this
far,
is so great.
a good example of auditory and visual stimulation being aligned, but not of the sort of the other concept I like to speak about, which is both stimuli becoming one.
Yes.
They haven't done that yet, but color-wise and sort of palettes and
so
stuff
far,
like that.
so far, I don't think it's needed.
So far so good.
Yeah, I don't think we've been excluded from the environment. Yeah, it reminds me of like olden theater. nice.
That's good. Pull that back. That was a good change. See the hi-hats in the back? That's nice. Okay, pause. So, okay, that it's quite interesting because at the start of obviously the big, even in the press release, I would imagine what created the big boom. It's like, holy shit, you're gonna sample such a piece, and then you're gonna put a trap beat behind it, right?
Yes.
That's obviously as what would you call it, as juxtaposed as it can be.
Yeah.
But the way they did the build up, perhaps, and that's why they probably left it for the chorus build up, because it is probably the best and most musically smart way of doing it, is introducing different elements with different, with the higher frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
So hi-hats, cymbals, kind of curtains, and then lead up to the big 808 kick drum, dung, dung, heartbeat kind of feel. That's what everyone feels in the dance floor. And then the big explosion.
I don't mind though the drop that comes in, because it's not explosive enough to like drive you away from the feeling that you got right off the bat with the string section being sampled and the smooth vocals at the beginning.
Spring soothing song.
Yes,
that's essentially what it's trying to
be. Like a gush of wind, nothing too aggressive, and I love that because it really suits the whole vibe. Even though it's refreshing and it's quite dance forward, you're still not getting lost in the modern aspect of the track yet, which I really like.
Brilliant trick on this piece. By the way, this is part of the Reeve Festival. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Maybe it's Reeve, because
Reeve Festival, I think.
Reeve Festival 2022, which is their latest 8-song project. So do feel free to check it out. Nice outfits, eh?
Yeah, really cute.
SM chord progression.
I was gonna say it, but I like what's happening here, because it's the R&B elements of SM that I've always really liked.
Just of Red Velvet, actually, probably general.
In general, to be completely honest. But then you also have this really cool, easygoing melody to go with it. It's nothing too in your face, and it actually allows you to soak in the whole visual stimuli that's happening. It's romantic, it's soft-hearted, it's pastel colored in the gradient of the video, and I love the inclusion of this, like in the fashion aspect of things, that you have this old look to a section of it, and then you have the more
much
modern,
modernistic,
like 2K type of fashion.
2000s, right?
Yeah, so
weird.
I love that because it's what the track actually exposes so far.
Let's keep going.
In the production of it. That's so cool. That's trippy.
Hold on. That's kind of needs some attention. But you see the birds?
Yes.
Just press play. Awesome. So I think those were the same figures, masked figures before. Indeed. Now what's quite intriguing is, because I don't have the answer to this, so perhaps this is the awesome thing about this. You guys can talk to us to the comment section. Why those specific colors? Because they were very sort of prevalent before, and perhaps what did the masked sort of people represented? Those masks were very prevalent in those times amongst chemists. No,
actually, they were very prevalent in theater, in plays, to represent animals and fauna and stuff.
With those types of masks. What was that mask that chemists used to use?
Well, it wasn't chemists; were doctors. For the Black Plague. In Europe, they used to wear those to keep themselves away from the bad spirits as well as the plague. Yeah. But the creepy-looking masks were very popular in theater. Oh my god, the beat production though, that's mad, that's so crazy.
Go left again to the... They sampled the thing so well.
Yeah, come on. And you know what? I'm not mad at that progression, I'm not mad. That usually would create some type of like resistance in me, but I'm not mad at all.
I like the rap go
like
left.
it.
Just put the little rap there.
I love that the chord progression is creating so much tension halfway through it.
It is your yeah. This video is so trippy.
It's awesome.
I'd say that's probably one of their best choruses lately. I wasn't the biggest fan of their latest of their previous project.
Yeah, me neither.
In terms of the title track, they did have some really good B-sides. I think that's the interesting thing about Red Velvet. They're one of those groups that created a sound,
yes,
and that aligned really well with the label they work with. I mean, obviously, but when their title tracks, the previous one I wasn't the biggest fan of, right? But here, I think that's definitely a much better chorus. Yeah. Like it represents Red Velvet much better.
I think so too.
With intricacies, because they're really good singers. That's the thing.
And velvety vocals, and very breathy in layers of vocals at the same time. The quirky chord progressions that are sticky and they catch you. I like what's happening here, and I love the dreamy video that's happening.
Nice. They're good dancers too.
It's very catchy. And this is what I love Red Velvet for.
Yeah, that is my favorite Red Velvet.
That's awesome.
Good.
Go back.
If I'm completely honest, did I think that was a necessary change? Probably not. Did they do a decent job of it? Yes, because it didn't become disruptive enough in the sense that sometimes some of these producers do make that mistake, because it is very hard to produce a song for a music video in which it doesn't have a music video in which the band are also dancers, in which it doesn't have a dance breakdown.
Yeah.
So it loses the shit out of me all the time. But
sometimes they even just put it in the videos just for the sake of the visual effect of it.
And this happens with many bands. But they've done a decent job of sort of maintaining our favorite aspects of Red Velvet, and I think a lot of people's favorite aspects. The huge, high-level pedigree of singing, melody, harmonies, that velvetiness that they're sort of iconic for, given their name. And then sort of bringing in, the quirkiness, futuristic sounds. But what the fuck's about to happen next? I have no idea.
I think we're just going back to the chorus. I think that's just the easiest progression that's about to happen. Oh no!
You see? Now, yeah.
Key change as well. They
That's
did a
good.
key change, dude.
I like that.
That's weird. But again, the visuals are just as weird, right? So I think they're just adhering to their whole... Again, I don't know what the black figure that's trying to steal the berries actually means.
Lots of symbolism. I don't know what the berries could represent. We'll have a look at the lyrics and try to break them down a bit closely.
I don't know what the birds mean either. Yeah. Like people peeking around watching.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll try and interpret them at the end.
Yeah,
I'm
trying to figure it out. That's cool.
So charming, that girl.
Yeah, those type of peaks very common in theater.
Best chorus I've seen from Red Velvet in a good while.
Inside of
the lion.
No, they're inside. This is an eye.
Oh.
But what is this?
What the fuck? I have no idea. Does anyone know?
What is this? Okay, I need to understand the symbolism here. Somebody please break it down. That's really cool, man. Okay.
Feel my rhythm.
Dreamy.
See, what in the fuck, dude? Dude, the artists that come up with this stuff, like the designers, the set designers, the painters,
the graphic designers, everybody that comes up with this stuff. See that?
That's what they were inside of.
Okay. Nice.
Well,
Thank you, SM.
Put the lyrics up. They also do create their, what do you call them, like their own universes, right? And that's part of one of their allures of knowing every song and sort of knowing what every symbolism means. Yeah. I think musically speaking overall, because at the end of the day it is a review, so we do kind of have to not score it but give our thoughts. It's not a bad track at all. I think it's good. It's certainly, what would you call it? The only problem it may appear to, the only, what would you call it, resistance that some people may have to this is, most specifically, you get a 30-second intro in which, it's very, melodic or orchestral-like, and then you sort of have the introduction to the trap beat, which is the most disruptive bit of that. If I'm completely honest, I would love to see Red Velvet dive even deeper into this orchestral type of music rather than having to make it super commercial.
I actually really enjoy that. I would have loved to hear more of that sample, like we did, like how we were introduced to the track halfway through the song, maybe later on, maybe even to finish. I would have loved to close it off with the same dream-like break of reality that we were met with at the beginning.
There are definitely, so the only concern that the track may face, or the only sort of criticism that I feel the track may face, is very similar to a lot of the criticism that a lot of the tracks lately are receiving, not just from K-pop but from a lot of different industries. It's, when you introduce so many different genres and you introduce so many different ideas, that may become disruptive to a lot of audiences. However, they do have their niche, they do have their fandom, and that this is something that it's kind of common, so I don't see it becoming very problematic. I'm just trying to see things from different angles.
Yeah.
From a fan perspective of someone who enjoys good music, and especially the vocals of Red Velvet, I would adore to see them dive deeper into that dream-like vocal forward, not so much commercial trap beat forward music.
But then again, this is the title track, right? And I think I'm really hopeful into what this the rest of the other 5 tracks are going to be, because if this is the most commercial we're getting, and we're getting a lot of melody, we're getting a lot of vocals, and we're getting a lot of layers, and we're getting a lot of this dreamy feel like of an environment, I think I'm really hopeful to hear the rest of the album. I found the lyrics here, so... Okay.
So it goes, turn the ball upside down. I'm making a small fuss again. This is going to be a crazy night. From appearance to greeting in a shocking way. Shall we play slightly? Honestly, babe. Let's get... Well, it's essentially saying babe, aren't they? Let's get started from now on. Feel my vibe and sway. Okay. I guess they're playing also, sort of tribute to the melody there as well. It's as if, we are swaying and dancing in this melodious way, but I am...
a trance type of feel.
But that's not who I am.
That's right.
Here comes me making a fuss again. Bam, there's the trap beat.
Yeah.
Make the pollen blow out. Make the firecrackers louder. Don't lock us in Pride and Prejudice. I'm free right now.
I like that. That's, again, that you get that English literature adhering to the British looking paintings as well. So I think there's a lot of symbolism when it comes to the setting of the environment itself. It gives me olden England. It feels to it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see how you can connect that with that, but...
Well, I think Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice, and I think old paintings, and I think olden England, and I think back and how he was played in the rest of Europe, and I think, okay, it could be set anywhere else, but personally, it goes straight to olden England.
Yeah, so intriguing, because I can't make that connection, but I'm sure other people...
Shakespearean-looking play and stuff.
Sure, well... apart from the face value of the video, of course I can see it. But yeah, like I wouldn't have been able to make the connection between Pride and Prejudice and Austin. You know what I mean? Like
that's her.
I know, but I don't know that. You see, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like because people know so many different things, or people interpret
things so differently.
4 lines will interpret it some different. It's so intriguing to me that
it's fun. I love this stuff.
Anyway, so feel my rhythm, come with me, imagine anything, follow the song and dance in the moonlight. Right now, play my rhythm, follow my heartbeat until the sun rises. Feel my rhythm, please don't stop, don't let go of this moment, baby.
I love that chorus.
You have Kyle fucking freestyling or some shit.
Hey, what up, man? I love Genius.
Well, obviously that sentence there, you know, much more, what would you call it, seductive, like that sort of.
But then again, it's like pulling the other person into this world, into this trance, into this like dreamland
Follow
reality.
Me and my heartbeat.
That's right.
Yeah, it's as if she's also saying I'm leading the dance to a certain extent, even though I am letting you make the decision of whether coming or not. I am sort of leading the dance.
As you take on the leap, you're gonna follow me.
Yeah.
You know?
The car is old and classic, just right. Now to another slightly unfamiliar dimension. Get loud. I feel like I talked about sex. In an unimaginable place in time, it appeared unnoticeable. This night is great, and we had fun and wild and brave. I
think they are.
Your eye-catching motion. Give me a new direction like an endless black hole. I'm falling. Give me new direction like an endless black hole. Isn't that a fucking sentence and a half?
That's a trip.
Like, I'm falling for sweet emotion with you on board. Sway. Wanna go somewhere? Way. All the boundaries of the world. I want to steer it all up. Yeah, they are the sort of disruptors, hence why they could also be dreaming.
Yeah, that's what it feels like, you know.
That's why it's so distorted.
Yeah, everything is so out of place. Again, I think there's a lot of symbolism in the music video that just literally went over my head. I will have to go back and rewatch it.
I'm sure some of you guys will let us know.
Yeah, so if you have more information about that, leave it down in the comment section below. Let's have an open conversation
I want
about
this video to be like an information bank, both from us and from you guys, so that when people want to know more about this song, they can come and they can learn. But that's pretty much it, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, they got the bridge. Okay, the moment the whole world comes to a stop. What a feeling! Hurry up and hold my hand. A film I've never seen. You and I are falling. Next time, turn the clock around. Where should I go? Come on, it's starting again. You and I. It does also have this feeling of sort of Alice in the Wonderland.
Yes, again, another British writer.
Yeah.
So,
true. I mean, certainly the European and also British influences here are very apparent. As a matter of fact, you listen to some of those sound effects.
Yes,
they're very prevalent in sort of
modern music in Britain.
Yeah, sort of techno that is sort of fucking popular here. I don't know what you call it. Electro music, electro dance music.
Yeah.
Not really.
Again, it's very popular in the rest of Europe, so you can just say it's a baroque inspired type of music video and song itself.
Interesting, right? And that opens up another dimension. What they could be actually alluring to is sort of
time travel,
because they are traveling through time. Oh, that's quite smart then, because the song is about traveling through space and time, right? So they've brought
a new dimension, black holes, and
so they've brought. Fuck, I figured it out.
Right.
So they have brought back, right, from 1600s to 1700s sample, and as the song progresses, they've introduced a trap beat with an electro dance beats.
Yeah.
Which are very common in Europe in the 2000s.
Yes.
Right, so from 2000s to 2022, those have been the most popular sort of sound.
That's right.
Mixing. And in the dream, you see a combination of both 2000s fashion to 1700s fashion.
That's right, correct.
So the whole video is just a play on that. That's why it's fucking weird.
That's fantastic. Yes, man.
Let's go.
Yes. Again, I'm still confused about what the black man means.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
But
the black thing, the figure,
that's trying to steal the berries. Well, what does the berries mean?
I have no idea. You guys can listen. But anyways, let us know what you guys thought about it. Let us know if we were right or wrong. And goodbye.